let me just share with you, there's a wellness and recovery treatment modality.
Say that last word again?
Wellness and recovery treatment modality that San Francisco Department of Public Health has just started to embrace as the new chosen path of discovery with patients. Now, originally we had the medical model, okay? Now, the medical model says that we need to be fixed. And that, let me read this. It says that we needed to be fixed and that the path to being fixed came from sources outside ourselves via remedies and treatments that were performed by clinicians upon us. The best that we could hope for was to have our illness be controlled or go into remission, to be maintained rather than getting better. That we should strive to be higher functioning. Okay? The medical model says we should strive to be higher functioning. Okay? And the medical model sometimes helps people discover a path to their recovery, but it also sometimes can hinder us because we've been told that the power to change our lives is in someone else's hands. You understand that?
No.
By the doctors.
Yeah, I understand what you're
It's
saying.
that the doctor has the answer. The medicine is the answer as far as whatever the doctor says, we do it because it's the medical model. All right? So, frequently we feel disempowered, right? Due to what we've been labeled as.
Well,
This is your diagnosis, this is you.
The guys in the White
Okay.
House have power.
Have a rubber stamp in a cardboard box.
Yes. So, in the last, I'd say 15, 20 years, not even that long, there's a new model, treatment modality that's been coming around. It's called wellness and recovery. And let me read you that, okay? So, it was a great improvement when we claimed for ourselves the realities of the recovery model, that which posits that recovery is possible for every person, that it says we are all capable of leading a life that is meaningful and that this does not look to the same from person to person, but is unique for individuals. Recovery does not necessarily follow in a linear path of progression. It is created by each person's own potential, own thought process, or their self. Okay? It expresses individuals' constellation of abilities, strengths, supports. What am I always talking about? Strengths. Let's build on our strengths. What are your strengths? What are your triggers? What are your weaknesses? This is all wellness and recovery. And this is what I've been embracing and trying to teach to you and share with you. Okay? With the recovery model, we learned that the power of recovery lies within each of us, and although we may make the use of supports and kind systems, we have the power to determine and choose the nature of our course. That we are an important part of the web that makes up the community, because together we find community. We come together, we eat, we break bread, we learn. And so it's everybody's path is the path of recovery. I'm not saying like once again, now what is recovery? Our own self.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an outside source.
The first one sounds like we're all striving for the same finished product.
Exactly.
And the second
it stamps
one,
the label on
The
it.
second one feels more like one size doesn't fit everybody.
Exactly.
And I'm enough.
You're smart, Mary. Thank you.
It's not just a label, it's a
Not a
stigma.
label.
People use it as
Stigma. Exactly.
I'm in recovery. I'm in hamburger recovery.
All right, Jerry.
I got that for Jerry.
Okay, so let's talk. Okay, recover the wellness model. Let me just go over the different bases of what it's about. Okay, it says that number one, it is our human birthright to recover and be well. Number two, it is our right to express and enjoy our recovery in our lives without suffering preventable diseases and without suffering premature death. We might have hope in the truth that we can enjoy lives that are quality infused and characterized by longevity. We have the ability to make choices for our lives that support for greater health, safety, and well-being. We are inherently whole at the deepest level of our being, and the path to wellness is a journey of discovery and expressing of His wholeness. Our deepest wholeness can be used as a guide in us making choices what we need to be well. The intuitive sense of powerful. This intuitive sense of powerful when we combine with information and available resources to make informed choices for lifestyle development. A key to wellness is kindness, gentleness, non-judgmental stance towards self and others. We cannot push ourselves or other people into wellness. We can offer hope. And as we can, with understanding, create conditions that potentially excite motivation. Don't excite you. Do I try to excite you?
Yes, you do.
You
Okay.
always excite me.
I'm happy to see you, yes.
You're,
Because
you guys pumped up.
ooh, that's what it's about. It's about community and building this within what we have to be at our best potential. I'm a patient just like you. And I don't try to tell you anything or teach you anything that I haven't tried myself. And I'm really excited about what's in recovery
You
treatment
can
without.
be in recovery for depression,
Yes.
for PTSD.
Yes.
You can be